1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. I'm going to read it from the King James, and then I'm going to read it from the Classic Amplified Bible. The King James Version reads, "When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things." The Amplified says, "When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. Now that I have become a man, I am done with childish ways, and I have put them aside." May I take out the word man and substitute the word father? Actually, I don't want to use that word either. I want to use the word daddy. I want to use the word daddy. So when I was a child, I spake as a child, understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a daddy, I put away childish things. If you go to the book of Romans, you don't have to go there. The book of Romans, I believe, is about the 8th chapter, and you read down there, it gives a Hebrew word that says Abba. They translate it in the English, in the King James Version, as father. But when you go to the original language, the closest translation is not father, it's actually daddy. I propose to you this morning as I'm getting into my text, and I'm going to try to be as slow as I can, but I feel like jumping in the third, but I'm trying to go as patient as I can so I don't lose anybody. When we use the word father and daddy interchangeable. I propose to you that they are not interchangeable terms. I propose to you that fatherhood, any male person can do. But daddyhood takes a lot more effort. May I quote from Wade Barnes? He said, "Anybody can be a father, but it takes somebody special to be a dad." Fatherhood just means that you were there when everything happens. Daddyhood means you're there for the rest of 18 years or more. So my subject this morning is it's time for the S on your chest to come forth. It's time for the S on your chest to come forth. When I was growing up as a little boy, you got to excuse me because I just looking at cartoons when I was growing up. But when I was growing up as a little boy, whenever Superman would get ready to change, you would always see him open up his shirt, and all you would see is the S. The camera, for some reason, would just focus on it. So every time he would change from Clark Kent to Superman, all you saw was the shirt open, and all you saw was the S. When I was growing up and Hulk Hogan was in WrestleMania, all you would see him do is rip open his shirt. And although the S won't up there, all them 24 pythons look like it was an S, and he will rip it open and let you know it's about to get on. I'm here to tell some brothers this morning, it's about time for you to get it on as a man. It's about time for us to get it on as daddies. It's time for the S on your chest to come forth. May I give you another quote? I went looking on the internet for different quotes, and I'm going to let these quotes help me preach this morning. Is that all right? I got a quote here that I got off the internet. A daddy isn't defined as a man who makes the child, but rather a man who extends his hand and time to help a child, to help with the child's raising, and his heart to love the child through anything. Blood does not always make you a daddy. That's a good quote right there. Blood doesn't always make you a daddy. But being a daddy comes from the heart. Any fool can make a baby. It takes a man to raise a child. Now, that's why I got it off the internet, because you can't say that I did it. I got a quote from somebody else. I didn't call you a fool. It said any fool can make a baby, but it takes a man to raise a child. So I got 4 points and I'm going to be out. 4 points and I'm going to be out. My first point, y'all, is that daddyhood requires us to step up, stand up, and man up. Daddyhood requires us to step up, stand up, and man up. See, first of all, you got to step up and identify that you are a daddy. Then you got to stand up because you got to have durability to stand during a long haul. And then you got to man up when you feel like saying, I'm tired of doing this, but you got to man up and keep on doing it anyway. So when you go into daddyhood, you got to step up, stand up, and man up. Oh, God. May I define, I'm going ahead of myself, but may I define the chest, the S on our chest. May I define it? It is defined as steadfast, special, stand up, and super. Steadfast, special, stand up, and super. See, I've learned about daddyhood, you got to be steadfast. You got to be steadfast. You got to be there during the long haul. You got to stand up even when you don't feel like standing up. You got to be special. Why? Because anybody can do anything, but you got to do what somebody else wouldn't do. Oh, yeah, you got to be special. Special means unique. You got to be outside the box when you are a daddy because everybody's trying to do whatever they want to do. But when you're a daddy, you got to be outside the box. You got to do things that others won't do. And the reason why you do it because why? You're daddy. You got to be special. You got to stand up, and every now and then you got to be super. Oh, yeah, you got to be super. So daddyhood requires us to stand up, step up, stand up, and man up. May I give you another quote I got offline that's going to help me deal with point number 2, and I'm going to be halfway done. The quote I found is, some people don't believe in heroes, but they haven't met my daddy. Some people don't believe in heroes, but they haven't met my daddy. My second point is two parts. Part A of my second point is that nobody else has to see the S on my chest except the one I'm assigned to. You don't got to see the S on my chest. I got Olivia and Trinity here. They got to see the S. But if Marty and Alejandro and Roman don't see it, that's not for them to see because I'm not assigned to them. I'm assigned to them too. So if nobody else sees the S on my chest, it's fine because I am assigned to them and they have to see the S. If nobody thinks I'm super, as long as they think I'm super, I'm all right. You can think I'm Clark Kent. They think I'm Superman. It really don't matter. As long as they know I'm Superman, you can think anything you want to think. But when it's time to come down to it, they know they can call on me. That's all it needs to matter. See, we too busy worrying about what everybody else thinks. I really don't care what everybody else thinks. As long as the ones I'm assigned to know that if you call me, the S is coming out. That's all I'm worried about. I can't please everybody anyway. And maybe that's the problem. You're trying to please somebody you ain't assigned to. Oh, God, I'm preaching better than they saying amen right there. You're trying to please somebody you ain't assigned to. And sometimes it's good to help out, but you can't be everything to everybody. The problem with the church and many churches is that I don't let it happen to my kids. I try not to anyway. I got a wife that pulls on me. I can't give to everybody else and they go lacking. Everybody else know me as Superman, but they know me as Clark Kent. My house is out of order. My house is imbalanced. I can't live like that. You better know me as Clark Kent, but as long as they know me as Superman, everything gonna be all right. And that's the problem sometimes in church. That's the problem sometimes in church. Everybody else know you as Superman except your house. Can I get a little deeper? They know you as Superman at work, but nobody knows your name at home. Oh, God, you climbing the corporate ladder, but nobody calls you Superman at home. You making a whole lot of money, but nobody calls you Superman at home. It doesn't matter what everybody else says. The ones I'm assigned to, whether they're blood or not blood, the one I'm assigned to got to see the S on my chest. Because if they don't, I'm not doing my job. Can I hear part B of point 2? Yes. Part B of point 2. This is what, as a dad, I'm supposed to make super look normal. Oh, God, I'm going to help somebody there. As a dad, I'm supposed to make super look normal. So my goal is going to say, my daddy do this and this. And others say, your daddy do that? My daddy don't do that. See, it's supposed to be such, I'm supposed to make super look like a norm that everybody else got to step up to what I'm doing. I got to make super look like a norm, so when somebody come knocking on the door and they want their hand, they got to live up to what I've already established in my house. I got to make super look like it's normal, and everybody else trying to figure out, ain't you got a super dad? And my kids just say, I got a dad. You got to make super look normal. You got to make it look like that's just supposed to happen. And when everybody else look at you and say, well, that don't happen in my house, that means you make them step it up. Because every man should make another man step it up every now and then. Oh, can't get no help there. You know, if you were on the court and somebody was playing better than you, you step back and hold up. I need to step up my game because you ain't going to do me like that. I got to step my game up right now. You got to make somebody else step up their game. I got to make super look like it's normal. It's time for the S on your chest to come forth. So everybody begin to talk about what your dad is doing. My dad does this and my dad does that. It should make another child say, well, my dad don't do that. Let me go home and find out what's up. Let me find out what, because no dad wants to hear another child talk about somebody else's daddy. Oh, I'm just going to be real here. Just going to be real. They don't want to hear that. And when you get to talking like that, they'll be like, hold up. Maybe I need to step, because a real dad be, hold up, maybe I need to step up my game. You got to make super look normal. Can I hit point number 3? Point number 3, I got a quote for you. I told you I'm going to let quotes preach for me today. I got a quote for you. It says being a father, but I'm going to change it to being a dad. And read Markham quoted this: being a dad is like shaving. No matter how well you shave today, you got to do it again tomorrow. Oh, God. Oh, God, no matter how well you shave today, you got to do it again tomorrow. Barbara Johnson said this: to be in your children's memory tomorrow, you have to be there today. Oh, God, you got to be there today. So being a daddy, this is my third point, y'all. Being a daddy is not a one-time special occasion thing. Oh, God, it's not a one-time special occasion. It's not a once-in-a-lifetime prom, a once-in-a-lifetime graduation. It's not that. Being a dad is an everyday thing. And just because you did it good yesterday don't mean you get away doing bad today. Oh, God. I don't see no brothers that do a good shave yesterday and then want to do a bad shave tomorrow. All of them want to do a good shave. And so being a dad is just like shaving. No matter how well I do it today, I still got to do it again tomorrow. I still got to be there. I still got to do what I got to do. I got to show up every day no matter what. Being a dad, I can't call in sick. Oh, y'all seen those commercials? Mom said, I can't take you to school tomorrow because I'm calling a sick day. You can't call a sick day when you're a dad. You don't got no sick days when you're a dad. You're a dad 24/7. And you got to be there 24/7. And you got to be on your God 24/7. So you got to being a dad is not this special occasion thing. You just want to show up on special occasions. You ain't no dad. Oh, it got quiet. I said, I ain't scared. You ain't no dad. You just showing up on special occasions. You just a special. I rented you. You the renter dad. Let me rent you for my prom because I don't got nobody else. Let me rent you for graduation because I don't got nobody else. You just a renter dad that ain't getting paid a whole lot of money just to show up on special occasions. But the real dad is there every day. His hands is dirty. His hair is messed up. He may not be dressed all up, but he looks like he's been a dad all day long. I want no special occasion. Ask your kids, do they want a special occasion dad? Oh, God. They want you to dress up with a special occasion, but they don't want no special occasion dad. They want you there 24/7. Dad, can you help me with my homework? Dad, can you do this? Dad, can you do that? You be like Olivia. Dad, can you take me to Chick-fil-A? See? She want me to take her tonight, too. Watch it. Oh, they closed. Praise God. And they won't be there just every now and then. Won't be there every day. I can rent somebody for now and then. I can rent somebody for now and then. I got to be there every day. Can I go to point number 4? And I'm over, y'all. Can I go to point number 4? Can I quote from Billy Graham? And point number 4, Billy Graham said, a good father is one of the most unsung, unpraised, unnoticed, and yet one of the most valuable assets in our society. Can I hit point number 4? It ain't easy, but it's worth it. Oh, God. It ain't easy, but it's worth it. You don't get a whole lot of pats on the back being a good dad. Can I just be truthful about it? You don't see special news bulletins about good dads. Every now and then you may hear a special story that comes once every 3 months but all you always hearing about bad dads. These many dads are not in a home, and this happened because he didn't have a dad, but you don't hear the good stories about being a dad. It ain't easy, but it's worth it. You don't get a whole lot of notice, but it's worth it. Your name may not never be in lights, but it's worth it. You never may get pat on your back, but it's worth it. You may not ever be saying you did a good job, but it's worth it. You may never get a raise, but it's worth it. Can I be honest, brother? Sometimes you don't feel like being a good dad. Oh, God. You get tired. You like, nobody don't notice anything anyway. Why am I doing this? If I stop, ain't gonna make no difference in nobody. You feel like giving up. You feel like saying, forget it. You come to Father's Day, you celebrate Father's Day, go to the restaurant, it's half empty. Go on Mother's Day, it's full. Oh, God. But can I tell brothers something? You were made for this. So stop crying and man up. Oh, God. You were made for this. Stop whining that ain't nobody gave you no praise. God ain't never said somebody was going to give you no praise. Stop whining. Ain't nobody saying you doing a good job. Every time God looks down, he give you strength to get back up and do another job. That's your sign that you're doing a good job. He never said anybody was going to praise you. Never said anybody's going to praise you. Joseph did an excellent job with Jesus, but all they remember is Mary. Oh, God, let me be here. Can I be deeper? Joseph did an excellent job with Jesus. How do I know he did an excellent job? Because when Jesus was dying, he looked down and said, that's now your son, that's now your mother. Who taught him how to take care of his mama? His daddy taught him how to take care of his mama. Who taught him how to be a carpenter? His daddy taught him how to be a carpenter. Who taught him responsibility? His daddy taught him responsibility. But all you heard about is Mary. But all you see is Joseph in Jesus, his 30 years he's on earth. 33 years, because 30 years he went into the ministry. 3 years he was in the ministry. 33 years, all you saw was Joseph. Because God said, I need a good baby daddy to take care of my son. Let me go get Joseph. But Pastor, I don't understand why Joseph had to go off the scene. Because Joseph would have restricted his ministry just being a daddy. He'll be, boy, sit down. You ain't ready to do nothing yet. And Jesus had to do what he had to do. So God said, I need to move Joseph out the way so Jesus can do what he need to do. But before I move him out the way, he going to prepare my son to do everything he need to do. But all you hear about is Mary. Why? Because dads don't get a whole lot of praise. But I'm here to tell you, stop looking for the praise. Yes, that's right. Women look for praise. Men, we don't look for praise. Right. Come on. Oh, I don't know why y'all got quiet in here. Affirmation is in the looking of our child and say they doing well. Not in somebody patting me on the back. I look at affirmation and say they doing good in school. They got a good job. I say, I taught you how to do that. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Olivia come home and said, well, Dad, I do this and this. I said, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Dad, I got all A's. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what I taught you to do. That's what you're supposed to do. That's my affirmation that you're doing good. And I'll give you praise because you're a girl, you're a daughter, so you need dad's praise. So I say you did a good job, but that's what you're supposed to do. So fathers look at the affirmation, not the pat on the back. And if we stop looking for the praise and look at the affirmation, you'll be more of a dad. You'll be, look, wow, I did do a good job. They are handling their business. They are doing what they're supposed to do. They are doing what that's my affirmation, that I did what I was supposed to do. God didn't tell me, stay there and get praise. He said, put it in them. And when they get older, it will not depart from them. Don't get no glory. God said in the book, he said, if I'm a father, where's my honor? I said, if God had to ask that, sometimes we got to ask that. Where's my honor? I did all this stuff. Where's my honor? And God said, don't worry about it, because I asked what my honor was too. But one thing I found out, and you'll find out too, when they need you, they know who daddy is. That's my affirmation, that I know I did my job. Because when you need me, you bypass mama and you call daddy. Is daddy home, mama? I need some help. What you need? I don't need to talk to you right now. Is daddy home? What you need, baby? What you need to do, stay right there. I'm on my way. I'm taking the glasses off. I'm opening up the shirt. I'm putting on the cape. I got the S on my chest. Baby, what do you need? She don't need mama. She don't need Clark Kent. When she called for help, she said, Daddy, put the cape on. Come on down now. Fly on down. I need your help now. How can she call you? Because she know your secret identity. Oh, God. I'm going to get out of here. She know your secret identity. She know you Superman in the sky. She know you got straight in the sky. That's why she called on you. Because your affirmation is you have proven what you can do. And in the time of trouble, she ain't looking for nothing, or he ain't looking for nothing that's unproven. When kids in trouble, they don't call people who they can't depend on. And if you have proven yourself as a dad, they call you. My daughter's married now. And her husband, she was broken down. And her husband said, call AAA. And she called him back and said, my dad is AAA. He hurried up and got there. Because whenever she was in trouble, she didn't call AAA, she called me. And I got there. When I got there, then I called AAA. And you got to walk in my footsteps, because I got the S on my chest. And if you don't have the S on your chest, you got to walk the same way I walk. You got to talk the same way I talk. You got to do the same thing. Come on, sir. You got to do the same thing. It's time for the S on your chest to come forth. It's time for it to come forth. It's time for us to be who we supposed to be. And we don't get a whole lot of credit, and you may not get a whole lot of honor, but when the time comes, God will affirm that you did a good job. I'm closing. My oldest daughter called me when she was in trouble. And she said, Daddy, I don't understand. Every time I remember, you went to work. I don't know what this guy doing. Affirmation. You see, it don't matter what people say about you, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you don't think nobody sees it. But in the time of trouble, they'll call you and remind you, Daddy, all I remember, you went to work. Can you talk to this Negro? That's my affirmation. May never got it while I was growing up, but that's the affirmation. That's what, as dads, we're supposed to stand for and to see. It's time for the S on my chest. And God told me this, the DNA for the S is in every man. It just got to come forth. It just got to come forth. It's just, something needs to happen on the inside to cause that man who's just a father to be a daddy. Something needs to happen on the inside to cause that man who's just a baby daddy to be more than that. Don't tell me, well, he won't raised by his daddy. I really don't care, because the DNA is on the inside. Well, he didn't know how to do this. I don't care. The DNA is on the inside. And it will come forth. if you allow it and cause it to come forth. Brothers, it's time for the S on our chest to come forth. Give God a praise right there. I'm done. I'm done.